Hello again, my name is Gabe Zolna. This is the 28th of March 2018. This article is on Politico, and you'll see a photograph of President Donald J. Trump. Trump pushes support for Second Amendment after ex-SCOTUS justice calls for repeal. This was written by Lois Nelson. President Donald Trump vowed Wednesday morning that his administration will not support the repeal of the Second Amendment, a step former Supreme Court Justice John Paul Stevens suggested Tuesday in a New York Times op-ed. The Second Amendment will never be repealed. Well, as long as we have control of the White House, you're right, and the Senate. As much as Democrats would like to see this happen, and despite the words yesterday of former Supreme Court Justice Stevens, "No way," Trump wrote on Twitter early Wednesday morning. "We need more Republicans in 2018 and must always hold the Supreme Court." Well, we need to more than just hold it. We need to totally control it. The debate over America's gun law has taken center stage in the 6 weeks since a gunman opened fire. No, it wasn't a gunman. It was the dark state, the CIA operators at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, killing 17 people. The attack prompted nationwide March for Our Lives rallies last Saturday in cities across the country. You got to ask these marchers, if they take away guns from citizens that are legal citizens, not criminal citizens, who's going to have the guns? The criminal citizens are going to have the guns. These people are so stupid they don't recognize that. In the immediate aftermath of the Parkland, Florida shooting, Trump staked out a handful of positions that put him at odds with the influential NRA, including raising the age at which certain types of weapons can be purchased and given law enforcement authority to seize weapons from individuals without due process. The president, who at one point chided GOP lawmakers for being afraid of the NRA, has since backed off some of those specific positions, but has never wavered in his public support for the Second Amendment writ large. Well, he has wavered. He's taken away the Second Amendment from kids that are not yet 21. So he has wavered. Trump calls for votes to elect more Republicans in 2018. Well, he might call for more votes, but he better get his own act together. And continued conservative majority in the Supreme Court. We don't need majority, we need to take control of it. He can get rid of Elena Kagan and Sonia Sotomayor that quick. All he's got to do is get rid of Obama and Obama's presidency. The president has regularly sought to use specific issues favored by the GOP, such as the repeal of Obamacare. That's still out there, folks, as leverage to get voters to support Republicans at the polls, while keeping a conservative majority in the Supreme Court was a regular refrain for the president in 2016, one that he used to convince skeptical GOP voters to support him. Well, folks, you know my position on President Trump, huh? Come on, he's got to come clean. The guy's a horn dog like his son. They both have to come clean. More so with the president. The problem is, with all of these controversies swirling around him and all of these concerns, he's open for blackmail. I mean, he's open for blackmail. That's the problem. That's why he's got to come clean. But I transgressed. I tend to do that on occasion, don't I? Yeah. As long as we have a Republican, we'll probably be able to keep our guns. But as soon as a Democrat takes control, it's hasta la vista for all of our guns, except for the bad guys. That's what these idiots don't seem to get through their thick skulls. That's sort of what I think. I'll attach the link. Let me know what you think.